Hello, geometry students. Today we're going to talk about triangle medians. The median of a triangle is a segment from the vertex of the triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side of that triangle. So a median of a triangle is a segment with one endpoint on the vertex and one endpoint on the midpoint of the opposite side. So here is an example of the red median. That's the median of the blue triangle. Now notice that the median will always stay inside of the triangle because it's traveling from the vertex to the middle of the opposite side. And also notice that because every triangle has three vertices and the vertex is the starting point of the median, notice that every triangle has three medians. You could either start at vertex F and go to midpoint of the opposite side H, and then the median would be FH. Or you could start at vertex E and go to midpoint G, and then the median would be EG. Or you could start at vertex D, go to midpoint J, and GJ would be a median as well. So triangle DEF has three medians. Having said that, these three medians intersect at this point here, C, and that is called the point of concurrency. And we call the point of concurrency the centroid of the triangles. The place where the three medians intersect is called the centroid. Notice, no matter what kind of triangle, acute, right, or obtuse, notice that the three medians intersect at the centroid, and notice the centroid will always be inside of the triangle. Now, the centroid is important because the big theorem of the day about medians has to do with the centroid and has to do with the centroid's location on the median. So the centroid divides the median up into two chunks, into a 2/3 chunk and a 1/3 chunk. So the distance from the vertex to the centroid is 2/3 of the whole median, and the distance from the centroid to the midpoint of the opposite side is 1/3 the length of the whole median. So in this example, where you see these scratch marks tell you that J, G, and H are midpoints. So FH is the median, EG and DJ are all medians, and they intersect at centroid C. We know that DC is 2/3 of DJ. We know that EC is 2/3 of EG, and we know that FC, this length, is 2/3 of the whole length of the whole median. So first, pause and name, if you're told C is the centroid of triangle RPQ, pause and name the medians of triangle RPQ, and then press play. The medians will be PY, RX, and QZ because we know the centroid is where the medians intersect, and C is where those three segments are intersecting. That means they must be medians. Next question, if you're told that PC is 30 units long, find the length of CY and find the length of PY. Pause, use the theorem of the day, and then press play for the solution. The first thing we know is that we are given that's 30, and we know that that represents the 2/3 chunk. And so we can write our equation that this chunk PC equals 2/3 of the whole. And if we want to solve for the whole, then we can do inverse operations of each side, multiply the fraction by the reciprocal, and we get 3/2 times 30 or 45. So now we know the whole median is 45 units long. We still need to find CY. We know CY is the 1/3 chunk. So CY is 1/3 of the whole, and we just found out that the whole median is 45, so 1/3 times 45 is 15. So pause, practice on your own paper, and then press play. If you're told X is the centroid, you know the definition of the centroid is where the medians intersect, so therefore your medians have to be AZ, BY, and CW. Next, we have this question. Pause, practice on your own paper, and then press play for the solution. CW is the whole median. So this time we're given that the whole median, all 3/3, is 15. So let's find the other two parts. So if we want to find CX, we know that CX is 2/3 of the whole, or 2/3 of 15 or 10. If we want to find XW, we know that's the 1/3 chunk, so XW is going to equal 1/3 of the whole, or 1/3 of 15 or 5. So pause, practice on your own paper, and then press play for the solution. This time we're given BX, we're given the 2/3 chunk, and we're asked to find the whole BY and the smaller 1/3 chunk. So we know that 8 is 2/3 of the whole. So we're trying to find the whole BY. So we multiply both sides by 3/2, and we get 3/2 times 8 is 12. So now we know the whole median is 12. Now to find XY, that's the 1/3 chunk, and we know that's 1/3 of the whole, or 1/3 times 12, or 4. Pause, practice on your own paper, and then press play for the solution. This time we're given XZ, which is the 1/3 chunk. And so we know that we're given it's 3. 3 is 1/3 of the whole median AZ. So we're going to solve for AZ, multiplied by the reciprocal, which is 3/1. So 9 is AZ. Now we know the whole median is AZ, but we still need to find AX. And AX is the 2/3 chunk. So AX is 2/3 of the whole, or 2/3 of 9. 2/3 times 9 is 6. And that does it for an introduction to triangle medians. So I'll leave you with this adorable baby leopard and wish you a great day.